All right, fellas. So one topic I thought would be great for us to talk about is kind of the whole light versus dark thing in the black community. A couple things with it. One thing, do you think that there is a divide? I think most of us would kind of agree that there is a divide, not necessarily a divide amongst light skinned and dark skinned people, but it is an issue in our community. Also, I know we had gotten a comment from somebody that had asked a question, and I started to kind of save it for when we do our Q&A thing, but they asked something about, do black guys prefer light skinned women over dark skinned women? So I figured this would be the perfect time to just kill two birds with one stone.
I think in general, a lot of black people, especially growing up, like high school relationships and stuff like that, I noticed that the light skinned people wanted dark skinned people, and the dark skinned people wanted light skinned people. You know what I mean? But I think it kind of still stays that way. I think
opposites kind of attract sometimes.
And I think part of the black experience in America is, I guess with that whole undertone of being, the light versus dark, everybody's trying to kind of associate and create children that are opposite of them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, I think there is definitely a stigma between dark skin and light skin.
It definitely is. I think the dynamic is like what you're talking about in terms of lighter skinned people seeming to end up with the opposite end of the spectrum, so to speak, is, from discussions I've had with friends and homies who is mixed race or biracial, they're made to feel like they're not black at all. Yeah. Let alone not black enough, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think that can be a subconscious thing for them, while on the other end of the spectrum, in a white supremacist society, we're taught to think that light is right, white is right, so to speak. And so that could be a similar aspect from the
good hair.
Yeah, exactly. From the darker skin aspect of it. So that's the one thing. And then on the other hand, in conjunction with that, I think is, there is a divide, because we all know about the Willie Lynch letter and its debates about if it's real or whatever. But regardless if there really was a Willie Lynch and he really gave a speech on the Virginia River, whatever, the effects are real.
And the practice,
what they saying is real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Whether he declared this is what we do, somebody figured it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
somebody practiced it.
He might be just a representation of
a practice,
definitely
lifestyle,
different ideals from different
ideology.
People. Yeah. But I think a lot of people really do have a preference. You might hear somebody say, I don't like dark skinned guys, or I don't like light skinned dudes, or dudes say I don't like light skinned girls, or vice versa. Yeah. Personally, I've never had a preference, but I do notice being dark skinned. I'm one of the blackest niggas in Cleveland. Yeah. I've always ended up with light skinned chicks, and it's not on purpose for the most part. And it wasn't like, all right, I only like light skinned chicks, because to me, a bad chick is a bad chick.
I think the light skinned chicks come after you.
I agree. I agree with that too. I used to like dark girls, but they wasn't who liked me. So I
remember you saying that last week.
I always ended up with lighter chicks because that's what liked me.
My cousin light skinned, and her whole thing was she was gonna get the darkest motherfucker she can find, and she married to an African.
Yeah. Okay.
So she
went
out and she went out look.
Dynamic.
I don't know. She just wanted. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm assuming she just wanted. She wanted to be darker, or her kids to be darker.
And I've heard some women associate strength to darker men. You know what I'm saying? I've heard some men associate, dark skinned girls got more attitudes, and then I heard some people say light skinned girls are stuck up. You know what I mean? So there's all these different little stigmas that go there.
I think even when you look at those memes on Facebook, it's funny as hell.
Yeah, light skinned niggas be like,
right, like this how light skinned niggas go to the club, and it be like picture all the barges and shit.
That should be funny.
It's funny.
Or they have like a light skinned nigga laying down or something and say this how light skinned niggas do this.
But you shouldn't apply the shit to real life. Like this
is
how all light skinned niggas is. It's just funny.
It shows you that stigma, like kind of like what he was just saying, that a lot of people think light skinned niggas is soft.
Yeah, but also, but the thing is that they could see, we kind of with the belief, because the belief is real to people, right? So like you'll have the whole like a lot of people I've heard people say that light-skinned girls are easier to get along with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They say well, dark-skinned girls got bad attitude. So, you know, but if you come from a household where, you know, like if you were to look at my mother and her siblings, they are from one end of the spectrum light to one end of the spectrum dark. I mean, completely. You know what I mean? Across the board.
Yeah.
You know what
Some
I
of
mean?
my
But yeah, because I got because their grandparents, one of them was really really light. You know, one of them was really dark, and yeah, same parents. You know what I mean?
That's
But,
crazy.
Yeah, but they're
That's
family like that
that's
too.
my
but
mother
it's 6
right
of
now.
them, right?
Yeah.
And so you kind of get some families will actually like treat the light skinned kids better. You know what I'm saying? Treat the dark skinned kids worse, right? I've had dark skinned girls tell me they can't count the number of times guys have said you would be so cute if you were light skinned.
Right.
That's some fucked up shit
I
to
think
say.
that's
That's terrible.
bullshit. That shit is bullshit.
Bullshit.
Like,
Yeah,
like
terrible.
Ted said,
Yeah.
I ain't got no
But-
preference neither.
Yeah.
But a fucking fine woman is a fine woman.
Yeah.
It don't matter
Yeah.
what fucking color her skin is. She
Absolutely.
look good or
Yeah.
she don't.
But with that, you
You some
kind
bad
of
green bitches on
Right.
Mars, I'm sure.
Like She-Hulk.
Saying like Star Trek over here and shit.
yeah. But with that, you can kind of perpetuate the whole concept. You know what I mean? So you can with a dark skinned girl hearing shit like that from stupid ass dudes, you can create a harder shell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so which will manifest into the whole harder to
right.
get along
And
with.
then
thing,
blame
right?
her
and
for
also
her reaction
yeah,
to your.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
also if you got the little light skinned girl that the whole, especially grandparents, I notice in older generations, they really can get into them
Yes,
colors.
they
They're,
do.
I think
You know
they're
what I'm
more
saying?
on that than anybody.
Yeah,
They are so bad
So
with that
if
shit.
you got a favorite grandchild, which is my little light skinned yellow baby and shit like that, then of course the baby who's treated better is gonna be a nice,
Yeah.
a
Right,
nicer
right,
person
right,
when
right.
they get older.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we kind of created.
What we used to do, you know, and we had a cousin, and he was really light skinned. And we felt that, like, we had an older cousin that, you know, they were older than us, so, you know, they had jobs and stuff. So they had to watch it sometimes. So we felt that they treated this dude like a king.
I'll be sure.
Right. So we, you know, me and my little sister, we used to peep it out. Some other cousin, we used to bully this cousin, and we used to call him white. We used to call him white boy. This dude used to be so upset, so he used to try to prove so hard that he was black.
yeah.
And that happens a lot too.
Hence why they want a
Following
dark
somebody
skin.
white boy.
Y'all
something
done
like
fucked
that.
him up now.
That's why they want
You
a
done
dark
fucked
skin
your
man.
cousin head up.
Yeah.
And even when you look at a lot of the older generation, you gotta think a lot of them grew up during tougher times.
And
they
lighter
will-
skin was better for you.
Right, and they wanted to assimilate. Some actually wanted to be white. They saw their skin as a curse, not what the white people was doing to black people as wrong. They just said, "Damn, why I gotta be black?" So they wanted to be close enough to pass, or at least look like
But the climate did that.
a non-threatening
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
You know, so they happy when the lighter they family get and stuff like that. Some got bitch ass nigga granddaddies.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
definitely.
No question.
Just because you an old nigga don't mean
You ain't a
bitch
bitch ass
ass
That's
nigga.
what
You
OG,
might
right.
be a bitch ass nigga granddaddy.
Yo, I was watching a forensic
Oh,
file.
the one of y'all think about that right now. Like, damn, I got a bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass grand nigga.
Right. I was watching a forensic files, and the father was white, the mother was black, and they established early that the mother left when the child was very young, right? And when you saw pictures of the child, it turned out that the father killed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is terrible. But the child was like 9 or 10 at the time.
God damn.
You would have not have known she had black in her. I mean, you might have been able to hint it maybe from looking at her hair in certain pictures.
Yeah, I got you.
But for all intents and purposes, she looked like a little white girl. You know what I'm saying? And then when I saw the picture, I said, "Oh shit, she's mixed." You know what I'm saying? Because her mama was our complexion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. And then I was eating somewhere today, and one of the women that worked there was the very same. She was a grown version of this little girl that never got to grow up. And you know what I'm saying? So you know, you have the whole genetics and all genes and all that is very interesting. But you can have people who can look like they look like an entirely different race and don't have any of the background that they had. And you know, Lena Horne was a great example of that. For example, you know what I'm saying? Lena Horne, Lena Horne was blacker than a lot of she was blacker than all of us, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't play no games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel you on that. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but ultimately it's a tactical war. It's a tactical warfare.
Mm-hmm.
We need to divide y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We need
I mean-
y'all fighting each other, not us.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a homeboy. As far as I can remember, I know these motherfuckers since I was in 3rd grade, and all his when he light skinned and motherfucker. All his women was about the same complexion as him.
Oh really?
I've never seen him with anybody even brown
I
skin.
guess.
But let me
At
ask
all.
you. Let me ask you.
So-
Is there something wrong with having a preference?
No,
If that just
I don't
happens-
think so.
If that just happens to be what you're attracted to.
Well, I think
Well,
I don't
does
think
that
it's-
Environment shapes that.
Yeah.
So environment shapes that.
No.
So I don't think it.
Well,
to
well,
answer
I'll
your
put it
question,
I mean,
though,
maybe I
I
should
feel like
say.
this. If you can't recognize beauty
Mm-hmm.
without it being a certain complexion, there is something wrong with
Right,
it.
but
Yeah.
at the same
There's
time,
something wrong
at the
with
same
it.
time, I choose not to date white women.
Uh-huh.
But I can see a white woman and be like, damn, she's bad as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, exactly.
But I recognize the beauty in
Yeah.
her.
Right,
But you have a preference.
Right, my preference is to black women.
right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Is
No.
there something wrong if my preference is to dark skinned women over light skinned women? Even though I can say that light skinned girl over there is bad as fuck, but I prefer dark skinned women. Is that self hate?
I think more
well, it wouldn't
women.
be self hate for me because I'm dark skinned too.
Yeah.
But
I think
you
more
know what I'm
women.
saying?
I think more women got that problem with that
Nah,
fight
it's plenty
between
of
light
men.
skin
Nah,
and dark
nah,
No, I
skin.
think a lot of men do too.
Really?
A lot of men do too.
I had
Damn.
several homies like
Yeah.
that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plenty of brothers like that.
I think
That's
men
fucking crazy.
might actually be worse.
I think so too.
I think men
so.
might actually be worse because, to a certain degree, you know, we got the numbers on our side, so we can perpetuate
Choose.
we got more choice to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we can kind of be more picky.
Mm-hmm.
We got more options to be more picky.
5 to 1.
And
Right.
guys really
Especially-
like I have never really heard a woman pass up on a really decent guy that she got to know because of his complexion.
I agree.
I have heard of dudes pass up on good women
Because
because of their complexion.
Mhm.
Well, let me
You
say
understand?
this. We talking about preference. I know this is a little bit different, but you know, some people some women want tall men. That's a preference.
Yeah.
So they might pass a good short man or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
It's people prefer different things
Mhm.
when they see a person.
You're right.
So people date images,
Yeah.
right? They
Right.
look. What I want my man to look like or my woman to look like is this.
Yeah.
No matter how good of a person this person is, that person and that
But
person.
I think
fuck that.
I think
They need
more
to look like
often
this.
a guy might not holler at a chick because she's light skinned or because she's dark skinned.
Then they're hot.
Then chicks is passing up. A chick might say, you know, I want them tall, dark, and handsome and all of that. And she end up settling for a nigga that's
Short and light skin.
5'7", 5'7",
Light skin and ugly.
He got good credit and that nigga know how to fix cars and shit.
I don't know. I think men.
He can put a transmission
I
in your
think men's
Hyundai or some
range.
shit.
I think men's
mechanical
range
on,
alike
nigga.
is more wider than females is.
What's that? Say that again.
You say you think what?
I think men's range of like is more than women are.
You know, I'll put it like this.
I believe that too.
'Cause
I think I get what y'all saying, but I think that the creation of what black men are supposed to be narrows black women's
Perspective on it.
perspective of men,
Okay.
but I don't think it does it from a skin tone aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does it from a
Class.
what he like. For instance, you know, I walk around in muddy shoes all the time,
I was about to say,
especially
it's
if
more
I'm
materialistic.
rehabbing some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But we don't understand. Women don't understand that this motherfucker might have real estate.
Right, he's
Or
dirty
might
because
be
he
a
out there getting it.
landscaper.
Right, right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
They want to see the button up and the tie
Right,
and the suit
right.
and the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And so stuff like that. So I
But
think
it-
that. I think they're more picky from that aspect, but I don't think that's them trying to be picky. I think that's them just making a bad decision on what to actually
But-
look for.
But that's dating the image still.
Yeah,
They
but
still
that,
dating
but
or
it's
trying to
dating
date.
the image based on still trying to make a good decision.
Right,
Right.
because she
Men-
thinks that man in that
Yeah.
button down and that suit is successful.
Yeah, she
'Cause
thinks
that's
he's
what
successful.
9 times out of 10 we define as success.
Yeah.
It's this white collar shit and all of that.
Yeah, so it's not like guys will do it just because, you know, she light or she dark or she got a big ass.
We're more primitive.
Yeah, Yeah.
We're more visual. They look.
Yeah.
They think
Right.
about future
We're like
shit.
Neanderthals. We're just like
Right.
primitive human beings,
Right.
just based on
And
stupid
then
shit. Like,
too, if we get
Look at
past,
that ass.
yeah,
A man can
We
go
get
on,
married.
A man can go on Instagram and just scroll up and down, and it'll be all different kind of colors. It'll be rainbows. Dudes be up there like, damn, shit.
Look at that rainbow ass.
yeah, but then too, you're also talking about what you would fuck.
That's a
You're
big
not-
difference.
You're not necessarily talking about what you would be
That's
with.
the whole premise.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
That's
so,
what Instagram for.
But honestly, with most guys,
Slide in
what
these DMs.
What you would fuck is so
Wow.
broad.
yeah,
It is.
yeah.
You know, as far as
It is.
female,
Slide in the motherfucker.
a straight black man
Yeah,
that's young, and if you out here on thirst missions and all of that,
there. Yeah,
you fucking bitch, you ain't, as long as don't nobody find out, you might look out the door like this before she leave. You might be like,
Okay, go, bitch, go, go,
go,
go,
go, go, go,
go, go, go.
I forgot my shoe, bitch. I will mail it to you.
You're like a Marine.
Like,
Don't call me!
Right. Yo, right now.
She was like $2. He was like, take the train.
It's crazy though. Like when I was in school, me and my friends just talked about this about a month ago. I think the finest woman in the school was dark as shit.
yeah.
But that girl was beautiful, but didn't nobody talk to her.
Skin,
But it was
yeah.
this light skinned girl that everybody liked, and I thought the light skinned girl was gay, and she turned out to be gay. 'Cause I used to look at her like, I don't know what y'all. That girl is fine as shit.
To me,
I don't know what y'all see in this, but that right there.
to me, there are just as many badass dark skinned chicks as badass light skinned chicks.
Yeah,
But niggas will say some stupid shit like she bad
because
for a dark skinned
For a
chick.
dark
Like
skinned
she's an exception.
Yeah.
to the rule,
Like,
right?
like it ain't none. I know. I've seen with my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's about half and half.
That's psychological
It is.
damage, man. That's what it is. That's what it really
And,
is.
and then too, I give credit to the darker chick too. Her shelf life is going to be longer than a light skin. That light skin
I mean,
girl's
that
shelf
dark
life
skin is
is short.
dark skin is amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like even you just see it. And I've never seen smoother skin than dark skin. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen
Right,
like
right.
just
Damn!
It looks
no pimple.
It looks
Yeah,
different
just
when it's
straight up
smooth. It's like
oh,
it's shining.
man.
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
like
melanin.
it looks like
and the shelf
above human almost.
and the
You
shelf
know what I'm saying?
and the shelf life is going. It's going to last a lot longer because
I remember that track season in high school, man. Oh, you
Yeah,
dark
I
legs
know
come
what you're
running.
talking about. I know
Oh
what
my
you're talking about.
God!
Yeah.
There she go! There she go!
Elizabeth, I'm coming to
Yeah,
you.
you know, so
Absolutely.
Anybody that went to high school with us know
Yeah,
exactly a couple of the females that we
Yeah.
might be talking
but that's
about.
the thing. Like, yeah, it is a problem. You know what I mean? Is it getting better?
I think so.
I think it's
Yeah,
gotten
I
better.
think it's
'Cause I think it
gotten
was a
better a
lot
little
worse
I
like
think-
in the 80s. And
Yeah.
I agree, and I think
School days,
I
baby.
think black people are still trying to assimilate too much into white culture. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're trying to pass and stuff
Pass
like
to be
that
white,
as much.
right.
We had back in our grandparents' days and even some of our parents'
It's some.
days and all of that.
It's
Yeah,
some.
that was it's still some, but
And-
just I don't think
and-
it's as. I think we've realized now, nigga, it's not happening.
It was
But-
about
but
survival
also
back
too-
then, though,
but
too.
also
It was
too
about your
now-
quality of life.
But
Right.
you was still a nigga.
Yeah, but also
And
too
then
It's
now.
about survival.
Light
But if you
skin-
could pass, you wasn't a nigga no more, though.
No,
That was
but
the
light
whole
skin
purpose
has
of
been
passing.
replaced with gay now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The opportunities don't come for light skin anymore. They come more for gay. You know, if you're a guy in corporate America is promoting gay over light skin. You know what
Like,
I'm saying?
hey, I'm here for the job interview.
Yeah. So so it's kind of like
I don't have any experience.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But I know
Like, they didn't know the secret handshake.
progress.
That nigga know it.
They're gonna be live in this.
You are in.
Sorry, gay viewers. We just.
That nigga got a secret
It's a goddamn problem, though. It's a damn problem.
And that's not even.
It does cause division, I
That's
think.
not even against gay people. You know, because I know we'll get a comment or something like,
Yeah.
"You hate gay people."
It's just a reality. I mean, the reality
I'm clowning
of black
everybody.
America.
If your head was big as fuck, I'm gonna say something. You got a big ass.
It is
head.
kinda big,
It's
though.
something to talk about. You just got. I'm sorry. That might have touched a nerve. You might be sensitive about that sense of humor.
Right.
But you know, we talk about anything that's abnormal.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny.
Like slipped the joke in there. And shit.
Motherfucker, gay people abnormal. Y'all need to get y'all shit together.
If it was normal,
Need some
it
shock
wouldn't be a
therapy.
word for it, man.
It wouldn't be noteworthy and shit, absolutely.
Right.
But you know, I mean, it definitely ultimately it's an issue in the community, and you know, I've had homies that, you know, when I was young and wasn't as woke and so on and so forth, I could see was a fucking problem. Like, why is it you only like light skinned girls and you got this big complex that we've never talked about, but I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm unseasoned. I haven't been, you know what I'm saying? I don't know really what I'm seeing, but I know it's something wrong with the fuck I'm
You
seeing.
know, kids still are on that though, because you know my wife is a teacher, and when we get back from vacation, she's darker,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll say, you know, Miss Mahoney, you got black.
You're right.
And she'll say, yeah, you know, I wanted to get darker, and they say like, why? Like they really can't understand
Yeah.
her wanting to get a tan and wanting to be, you know, when we go on vacation, we try to get as black. That's
Yeah.
like a competition.
I be like, I gotta get dark as fuck. I'm just gonna sit in the sun.
Yeah, it's like a competition. You get the blackest, you know. And so, but like, she had
We do.
especially a lot of her girls, they really could not, she said they just kind of, their face just froze for a few minutes, just saying, trying to understand why she would want to be dark.
But you know,
Did you ever see this video?
White people try to get black all the time.
They
Nobody
do.
says anything.
And they saying you about it. But
I know what you're talking about. I
That's
know
another
exactly what
game.
you're about to say.
I saw this video with these young sisters. They was in high school.
Oh, no, that's not what I thought you was about to say. I was completely wrong.
You always fucking wrong.
Carry on.
The young sister was dark skinned, and she was saying how she felt about being dark skinned and her perception of what the world thought about her being dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, why I gotta be the black ugly girl and this, that, and the third. And it was like somebody sitting there with their phone kind of filming everybody. And it was probably 7, 8 high school girls in a study hall, whatever it was. And, you know, she was basically saying that she came up thinking she was ugly just because she was dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, why I gotta, you know, why I gotta be the dark ugly girl? And then the majority of the other young sisters that was there was all lighter complexion females, maybe some of them biracial, maybe some of them not. And it was basically like, and they all picked something that they liked about her that had nothing to do with really how she looked per se. I like your smile. I like how creative you are. I like how funny you are. And they was hitting her with all these compliments and she started crying and shit.
Skin.
But to me, that's just
Motherfucking Angela Bassett's skin is beautiful.
I feel for dark skinned women that feel that way.
Yeah.
You know,
me too.
because it's fucked up. Because a nigga like me, I'm like, shit, she bad as fuck.
Yeah.
Where somebody else
I got a friend
might
like
put
that.
her down.
They gonna
You
say some
remember-
fuck shit.
Remember on that Black Star album, Mos Def and Talib? They had that song Brown Skin Lady. They had a little interlude to it, and it was like, I liked it. Them light skinned. I can't remember exactly how it go. I like them light skinned women. He was like, I'm conditioned. My conditioning has been conditioned. And then they went into the song Brown Skin Lady. How you doing? Dope song. But the fact that we even have to tell a dark skinned woman that you are beautiful is beyond belief to me because I see it now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, but you know, most people don't have the ability to think for themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like, one of the things I make sure in my house, we don't show too much pretty white girl on my television. Because I got a black daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why
yeah.
buy Doc McStuffins.
Yeah. I mean, and so
That's how I am too. I
and,
don't
you know,
buy
it's people's
White House.
responsibility to make
I know.
sure that
My wife might.
yeah,
every
but
now and then.
television
I know that
especially
shit
though.
Fuck Elsa.
Yeah.
Fuck Barbie.
Yeah.
None of them come in the house.
We Doc McStuffins in this.
Yeah, but
bitch.
television especially, you know, because there's always the white princess and the like this and the like that.
Right,
So
right.
you got to really be careful about the images that you show your children because they say by the age of 5, black children already have a low self-esteem.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's not that somebody's at the house treating them like shit. It's the fact that they're watching television and
Yeah.
television is putting them down and putting other people up. You know,
It's just like the video they did with the kids with the baby doll.
That's what I thought he was
Yeah.
about. That's what I was
That's what I
talking
thought he was gonna
about.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
He
say,
failed-
which one you think is
he
prettier?
failed me.
It's always the white one, and they don't even know why.
Well,
It's because of the
they've done
conditioning.
it
That's
over
all.
40 years. They've done that same test over 40 years, and the results really don't change. You know what I mean? But it's because the imagery doesn't change.
Just the
And-
imagery.
The imagery
But,
doesn't
but
change.
it's
That's all
also
it
like even if you look at integration legislation, and they talk about from that test. There's a paper that was written where they were saying, hopefully through integration we can improve and through integrating the schools we can improve the self-image of the Negro child. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about education like we try to say it was. It was about black people feeling like they needed to be enclosed and encompassed around white and closer
people.
to white and actually to feel better about themselves. And that's what we really got to address. You know, like Amos Wilson said, like 2 + 2 ain't 4 in Harlem, right? We got that concept of we got to be where they are. You know what I'm saying? And so even though, like, I had a client who went to a whole bunch of private schools, you know, but they pulled her out of public school and took her to the private school. And they couldn't afford private schools, so she literally went to like 9 different schools, right? Because they kept going to the school where they had the scholarship for her first year in, you know. And so as they're jumping her around, they're telling her, but this is a better school, this is a better school. And as a kid, all you see is, it took me from the school with the black kids.
Right.
And
white is always
all these white.
They're progressively getting whiter.
Yeah, and every school.
Less and less white, less and less black
being
people.
a whore. And then she sucked dick for crack rock.
Right, she a crack off.
Yeah, so you got 9 different schools. No. But you go to 9 different schools that are supposed to be better, but the main thing you see is the fact that you're not around anybody look like you anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a real problem.
Yeah,
that's a
that's
real
a-
problem.
Definitely conditioning.
That's very
Definitely
fucked up.
conditioning.
That's a real problem.
And that shows me a lack of forethought from the parents, because it's not cool or easy for the child. Because all you doing is dropping their ass off at school or before care or whatever it is, and you going to your same job, right? They're dealing with a different environment every fucking year, different culture, different.
But at the end of the day, I
teachers.
guarantee that her parents thought that they were doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Thought they was
yeah.
doing-
Right.
But
They gotta talk to her first. You gotta have that conversation, let her know what's
what
going
they
on.
thought they was doing is a lack of forethought, because you're not thinking about the child you're dropping off at a different school.
Ignorance is not an excuse.
9 fucking years in a row, it sounds like, right? That's not cool. I went to different schools as a child. I ain't going to that many goddamn different schools. And I still went to school with black children. But being a new kid every year gets really old, really fucking quick. You know what I'm
Except
saying?
like junior high school and high school though. When you the new dude.
Yeah, I always wanted to be the
That's-
new
I always
dude.
wanted to be the
That's
new
cool.
dude. You like, you see the new dude.
But what I'm
you
saying
know?
is, for example,
Next thing you know,
you
Tossing
know,
them up. Tossing them up.
Right. But seriously, for
No, I
you,
am
for
serious.
example, I know you serious.
I'm dead serious,
I know
nigga.
you serious.
I wanted to be the new boy.
Right. But what I'm
lived in
saying
the whole
is,
state district, the whole.
Yeah, me too.
We might need to do a video about that. My life is fucked up.
We might have to. We might have to. But
Nigga
what I'm
said my
saying is, you and Bug, you and Earn, y'all niggas came up from
Right.
little
You
kids.
make.
I don't know
lifelong
nobody
friends.
from that age.
Right.
Because I went to different schools all the time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, that's like that's something I'm looking back like.
You
My
found-
oldest friend, I know since middle school. I was a fucking teenager damn near. You see what I'm saying?
So you never got to have them lifelong friends. So you found
Right, that's why he got relationship problems right now.
Right, he found-
That's what's wrong with this nigga.
he found solace in the arms of a man.
You're fucking gay, you can't hold on to nobody. Your life is fucked up.
Can't keep a job, got a drug
Oh,
habit.
man.
Now we know
All this shit.
Now we
Oh,
know
man.
it's okay.
He was a searching got iceberg slim boy and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And this nigga is Donald Goines' stepson. and shit, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I went to different schools too, but I still stayed in the same neighborhood, so I still knew a
Some
lot
of the
of
people,
Yeah,
right.
so I still knew all the same kids.
Yeah.
You know, so but I you know I did bounce, and I did like being a new dude at the
Right,
school.
right.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I think I would have enjoyed that.
Ain't nobody seen these outfits and shit before. Like, man, I'm about to
These are new fits.
I'm about to kill these niggas. They don't even know.
You used to lay your little outfit out, put the shoes in.
Right.
Put the shoes,
Wait till I wear this tomorrow. These
That's what
It's gonna
the
be
chicks
off
be
the
talking about.
hook.
I'm about to slay and shit like that. That's what you was doing.
Yeah.
Even though I have a problem with that word. Because I see a booger bear on Facebook talking about, I'm about to slay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better
And
slay
then I'm
everybody
saying
with
Booger
that
Bear, you
goddamn-
talking about I'm a savage. Yes, you
Dun-
are, you
Dungeon
ugly
Dragon
bitch. You
and shit.
You got a nice outfit.
Savage
That's
in a
all.
motherfucker.
You ain't slaying shit. I'm sorry. You're ugly. It's not happening.
It's another subject. Another time. But, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that is an issue. I don't think that the issue.
Quit giggling, nigga.
I don't think the issue is as present as it used to be, but I think it's still there. We always had the little joke talking about light skinned dudes coming back in style and all that.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me, that was a breakthrough point where it stopped being
But
all about.
when they came back inside.
No. When dark skinned
That's,
dudes
that's all he dates light skinned dudes.
started.
nigga was in love with Al B.
He love Whitney Free and shit. You know what I mean?
Christopher Williams.
That's fucked up.
Shalimar got a new bitch. She bad as a motherfucker.
He gonna get a letter from the LGBT community after that. Thinking like you sold us out. Chris, what the fuck are you doing? What do you know? You making jokes about it.
Thought you was with us.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. You always gotta say that. But
you don't have to, nigga.
even once it was determined that dark skinned dudes was in style, to me that was a point where it was like, all right, we falling back on that a little bit. You know, I think like we had talked about before with the females. Males having that preference is more of an issue. That's why you had like the school days where that was an issue in various movies and stuff like that.
But think about
where they talked about all of
Just
that.
think about television and the women they've put up though. You know what I'm saying? Typically they're gonna be probably like a little bit lighter than me and further lighter. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be there's gonna be some.
I still see
The
some.
standards are gonna be set from.
But that's why I like Viola Davis is killing it now.
I still be seeing
Her
some
smooth
beef
ass
though
skin,
between like in contemporary times, like when that whole Meek Mills and Drake thing went off. I seen people like kind of make that like a light skin, dark skin.
I mean, to me, there's nothing wrong with joking about stuff like that every now and then or something
I
like
seen
that.
some.
I come from a real place, so I think it is a problem. Some of it be
Hold on,
funny.
say that again.
It comes from a real place where it is a problem. Some of it does be funny. Those light skin memes and those dark skin memes.
Right.
Some of that is funny, but it is a problem.
I don't think with dudes is as much of a problem as with females.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
we put a
think-
lot
Have
on
you
them
ever- ain't
to
none of
be
us light-skinned.
self-conscious about.
Ain't none of us light skinned.
Right.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, have you ever had, you know, the 80s was the 80s. It was more of a dark skinned things when dark skinned dudes wasn't in style. When was the last time you had an insecurity about being dark skinned?
I ain't never had
I
one.
never have.
But that's why we ain't got no light skinned niggas at the table though.
Right.
But I wasn't raised like that either.
Right, but if we
We don't want none of them light skinned niggas at the table.
around table.
They don't want to show up so far.
Brown to dark, that's it,
But
nigga.
I guarantee if we had a panel of 5 dark-skinned black women, and they could be cold, that issue has come up a little bit more for them
Because
than
it's
it is for
television.
us.
You know what I mean?
The issue for us more is
Social acceptance from the rest of the world.
exactly.
Yeah.
The light-skinned
dark-skinned,
dude,
you were angry.
the real light-skinned dude might be a little bit more non-threatening and
Pleasant.
socially acceptable
Right.
than the dark-skinned dude. I have been conscious of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That all right, I'm dark skinned. I'm not the most non-threatening looking dude. I'm gonna kill you no matter what I do because I hustle. So it don't matter who I come. You might not even like niggas, but you gonna do business with me because I'm the best option.
Yeah.
This black ass, and I pride myself on that. This black ass nigga from Cleveland is the best option.
Yeah, what you
So
gonna
you're
do?
gonna fuck with me.
Yeah.
So the funny thing when you was talking about the black light skin thing, remember when New York was it New Jack City came out?
Remember, like,
All the dark skinned niggas.
Pretty motherfucker.
We was happy when Wesley Snipes stabbed that nigga in the head. Cause Al B. Sure was out, and them bitches were liking Al B. Sure. Christopher Williams stabbed that nigga in the hand.
Biggie even spoke
And,
about
and
it,
it's
you know
funny
what
because
I'm
we used to talk about all the time. But that's why your ass got stabbed in the hand.
Yeah.
Dark skinned niggas back
Yeah.
in. Thanks, Wesley.
saying?
That was one of our jokes. So
Yeah, Christopher Williams.
So we did the clowning and shit, but
But
for me, it didn't come from a place of pain.
But even
We
going
were just
off of
fucking
what-
cracking
But
jokes.
even going off of what Ted said, though, what's fucked up about, dark skinned guys didn't feel it relationship wise, right? We felt it more on the economic level, more on the
Definitely.
Social.
exterior world, social level. Dark skinned women got it from both sides.
They
You
Definitely.
did.
know what I mean?
And
So
you know what?
the job,
Go
the
ahead. I'm sorry.
opportunities ain't there, and the men are acting like bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Because
They're acting funny.
they want
because-
light skinned girls
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
Even in
that's-
college, and
Uh-huh.
none of us are Greeks, but I would, anybody that might watch this video also,
Yeah.
and might be able to comment on it that is a Greek or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, just like in the school days times, or whatever, when that movie was made, is there such a still such a huge divide where all the AKAs look like this? And
I know
all
when
the,
I went to school,
I don't know. That's a good
mostly the AKAs were like at
Yeah.
my school.
Me too.
It was
Me
like
too.
that in mine too.
Yeah,
but,
but
I mean,
the deltas are more.
I mean,
like
even
the
in the
dark
male
guys.
fraternities,
But
you
then
have
the
more
AKAs
light skinned, what is that?
Kappas.
Kappas,
Yeah.
and more
Alphas.
dark skinned, like Qs
Qs,
and all of
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, but then the AKAs were supposed to be the pretty girls. And
right.
the deltas were supposed to be the smart ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that shit, but, you know.
Ultimately, when
Then
it
you got
comes
the
down
other fraternities,
to,
all the duck bitches join.
Yeah.
I apologize.
but
That's
ultimately, what that comes down to, you know what I'm saying? Besides, social norms, people like it's not that serious.
Beta bitches.
Duck, find duck.
We finding ways. We finding 20 million ways to divide ourselves, and I'm different from you, and all of that other shit. When ultimately, when it comes down to, your enemy
Same
don't give a
goddamn
fuck.
thing.
Right. Well, I mean, we need to celebrate our diversity within, because within a race we have the most fluctuation between somebody that's an albino and somebody that's 5 times darker than me.
We the founders of the
That's
fucking
beautiful.
human race.
Right.
Feel
I
me?
mean, if you have your preferences, you have your preferences. Something might have just told you in your head, you know what? I like light skin.
Society.
That's
TV,
okay.
That's what the fuck told you
But
that.
don't. I mean, sometimes it's just natural.
But I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah,
The problem is don't talk about
right.
dark skin.
Right.
If you
Society-
like light skin, you ain't got a dog dark skin.
Society didn't tell me not to like white women. Society told me to like white women, but I don't like them.
I hate them bitches.
Not as people. I just don't want to date them. But society didn't tell me that. When I looked at TV every day from 1981 until now, TV has always taught me that the white woman is the most beautiful
You
creature
got eyes,
in
though.
the world. Right. And
So they can tell you where the fuck
I
you want, but you
formulated
got
my
eyes.
own.
You know what the fuck is the most beautiful?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how can I knock somebody else though at the end of the day for saying
For being weak.
for just having a preference?
Well, it's about what the preference is rooted in. Again, most preferences are rooted in something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact is, just like we talked about once before, kids copy and emulate. I mean, all that, it all comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? And you got a couple. You select based on like nature or nurture. And if your preferences come from nature, that's one thing. If they come from nurture, that's another thing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our preferences that come from nurture are come from the condition of being the oppressed people of a society.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
so when you say I prefer this and there's nothing wrong with my preference, if it's rooted in oppression,
Yeah.
there's something wrong with your
There's something wrong
preference.
with your
You know what I'm
preference.
saying? Yeah. And so, but if it's rooted in nature,
Yeah.
then okay,
Right.
go with
It
it.
is what
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? It's a reason the girls don't want no itty bitty man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because girls want to feel protected.
Protected.
That's nature. You know what I mean? But if you like, well, he too dark, or he too light, or that might be a different thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Most definitely.
That's a good point.
Indeed.
Fuck your point. I just
Subscribe.
want to say that.
Yep,
Yeah.
subscribe.
So let us know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. Look for the podcast coming soon, and all of that.
And when you let us know what you think, don't say no stupid shit.